Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. Falling off again? We'll do that one once more. Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 2, Burnley 0. It was a very comfortable performance today from Chelsea. Before we get into talking about the game, I do want to ask you to subscribe to GBFC. We've got a good one today. You know, there's a lot of positives to talk about from this game as I bite the inside of my lip to start off the video. It was a very convincing, comfortable Chelsea performance today. I expected a lot more from Burnley, but at the same time, I think the way that Chelsea played actually nullified anything that Burnley were going to become capable of doing throughout the 90 minutes. I thought we controlled the tempo of the game. We controlled pretty much all of the ball for the majority of it. Every time Burnley did have possession, we won the ball back very quickly. We saw signs today that, again, 3 at the back with wing-backs. Marcos Alonso, a man who I never thought I was going to see in a Chelsea shirt again. Marcos Alonso back in the left wing-back position, back in the goals, having only played like 45 minutes of football in October and nothing since. It is a very good result again for Chelsea today, showing the diversity within this squad. He calls upon Jorginho again, who, despite me criticising Jorginho on a regular basis, I actually think Jorginho did have a pretty good game. But we move into box number 1, and there were a couple of players who I thought could have deserved the man of the match today, and I don't think there was any totally outstanding performances from Chelsea. I thought it was an all-round very good team performance. Box number 1 is a green box for Mr. Thiago Silva. I thought everything that he had to do, not that Burnley got forward very often. They, I think, didn't even think they had a single shot on target, or maybe they did, I think, in the last bit of the game. Thiago Silva, every single time the ball came near him, he's putting in blocks, getting headers away. The composure that he shows on the ball is absolutely fantastic. And I think, yet again, he obviously has a good relationship with Thomas Tuchel as well, so that's always a good sign. And I think that despite being the age of 36 years old, Thiago Silva as a footballer, he's aging like a decent fine red wine. So very impressed with him today. He controlled everything that he did. Very good performance pretty much from all of the back line. Thiago Silva is box number 1. Box number 2. Box number 2 is another green for Callum HudsonOdoi. He is playing some really good football at the moment. Again, is given the start ahead of Reece James in the right wing back position. We can see from Tuchel's first 2 games in charge that he really does back the quality of Callum HudsonOdoi. He's starting again, and I thought he was one of our best players yet again. Eric Peters, when Callum HudsonOdoi actually went off, you could see the relief on the face of Eric Peters. He was like, blimey, I've absolutely had my work out here today by the young English lad. Callum HudsonOdoi, I thought, was excellent, creating opportunities for Chelsea. Had a moment where he hit the post from a deflected shot and probably deserved a goal for his all-round play today as well. Got the assist for the brilliant Cesar Azpilicueta goal that we're going to talk about in a moment. Callum HudsonOdoi, you know, there was a lot of talk under Lampard about why he wasn't starting enough matches. Like, was he going to be able to get enough game time? Would he end up moving on to a Bayern Munich or somebody else in the Premier League? Callum HudsonOdoi is finally fulfilling his promise of being one of Chelsea's most promising youngsters, getting starting minutes again today. Came off with 20 to go. I think he still had a bit more in his locker, but I thought the substitutions were done very well again today from Thomas Tuchel. We move into box number 3, Cesar Azpilicueta. The man who doesn't score very often, but when he does, it's pretty often a very nice, neat, tidy finish. It was a beautiful rasping shot into the top corner of the net. Nick Pope with absolutely no chance, and Azpilicueta's goal came at a very important time in the match. You know, not too long before half-time, Chelsea were probing the Burnley defence but weren't able to make any incisive cut-through, and Azpilicueta, Mr. Captain, you see him absolutely bombing forwards. You know, Callum HudsonOdoi's got the ball just inside our own half. Azpilicueta is making that overlapping run, and I think it's very exciting times. You know, if Chelsea are going to keep playing with 3 at the back, the right centre-back and the left centre-back, apart from the guy central, which is Thiago Silva, you don't expect him to be running forward trying to make overlapping runs, but Azpilicueta was trying to do all the right things today. I know sometimes when Azpi has a good game, I sometimes overlook it, and it's often the case with defenders where if Chelsea play well and we score goals, normally the goals come from the attackers, but today They both came from defenders, and I thought Azpilicueta had a very good game, vindicating the decision once again of Thomas Tuchel starting the captain. Brilliant from him. We move into box number 4, and it is another green. It feels so good to be giving green boxes out for free today. Mason Mount, again, I thought he was absolutely fantastic today. There was a lot of talk in the commentary talking about how it's going to be between Mount and Havertz to compete for the one spot in this creative role if this is the formation that Chelsea are going to play. I still think that, you know, even though Jorginho had a good game today, I still think we need to find a way to get both Havertz and Mount in the same team. And if Jorginho is the one who's playing in the midfield that stops that from happening, then it is a little bit frustrating, in my opinion. But Jorginho was good today. I don't want to talk about it too much. I thought Mount was very good. A couple of nice, really nice little touches. He had a nice little 180 in the middle, set up a nice pass for Marcos Alonso, and then the cross came in. Mount was trying to create opportunities again, running around, working hard, as he always does. I thought he was absolutely excellent. We move into box number 5. I never thought I would be putting this man in a 6 Things We Learned video again, after he stormed off down the tunnel and went and sat on the bloody bus. Marcos Alonso, of course, at half-time in the 3-3 away draw at West Brom when we were 3-0 down. Marcos Alonso, back in the team. He's been out in the cold, frozen out by Lampard. And then all of a sudden, he's looking at this thinking, you know what? Tuchel's come in and he wants to go with wing-backs. You know what, mate? That is where I play at my very best. And the finish from Marcos Alonso today, it is, you know, you take your imaginary hat off, or I would take off a hat if I had one on my bloody head. But the goal was fantastic. You know, I thought overall his play was pretty good as well. Credit where credit's due, just because, you know, I wrote Alonso off because there was that poor performance against Bayern Munich last season that we all ranted and raved about in a bad light. And then obviously what happened with West Brom, I didn't like that. I thought his career at Chelsea was done, but he's back. And when he scores goals like that, you know, we always said that Alonso going forward is an absolute nuisance for opposition defences. And again, he gets into a brilliant position. It's a nice little clip-chip ball from Christian Pulisic. Clip-chip ball, I like that one. Alonso controls it brilliantly and blasts it into the roof of the net. 2 goals today in the top corner. Chelsea were excellent. I do want to say on one little side note though, before I finish this with box number 6, we could have had 7 or 8 goals today if our finishing was on point. The finishing from all of our players today, apart from the 2 goals, was relatively poor. We could have converted and should have converted a lot more chances. But we finish off this video by talking about the intensity. It's something that I've said countless times over the past couple of months, that Chelsea have a lot of the ball, but when we have the ball, do we really do very much with it? In this game this afternoon against Burnley, we certainly did. Every time we had the ball, we were playing passes a lot faster, we were trying more little intricate through balls, more so than what we've been doing recently. And overall, the intensity of the play from Chelsea today was very good. I thought, as a performance, it was one of the best that I've seen for quite some time. Only 2 goals, but another clean sheet for Thomas Tuchel. 2 clean sheets in a row. It's a big 3 points for Chelsea, this one. Not just because of what it does to the Premier League table. It doesn't do too much for us at the moment, but the momentum that we can start to build as a result of getting that result for Tuchel in his 2nd game in charge could be big for us going forward. Very positive signs indeed today from Chelsea. As always with this series, I would love to know the 6 things that you learned down in the comments below. My score prediction for this game was 1-0. We doubled it. It got even better. 2-0. Marcos Alonso. Never thought I'd see it again, but we did. So anyway, going to wrap up this video here. As always, guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you put the thumbs up button on it. It just gives me a little gauge as to whether you guys are enjoying the content or not. Helps me out a little bit too. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all tomorrow with a brand new video. Come on, you Blues.